it's Halloween and there's something spooky happening in the NBA,
Oh,
especially this first week. So, first of all, if you're any type of sports fan, you want to turn on those NBA games right now because they're better than they've been in the past 10 years. But what I mainly wanted to talk about is there's been the most 40-point games in the first week than there has been in all of NBA history. And I think the numbers are, I have it right here. Yeah, 16 40-point games. And the following years, 7, 7, 6, and 6. So not even remotely close to how many are scoring 40 points a game this year. So I just think that's super crazy. And like, what are your thoughts on that, first of all?
well, I will just tell you this. My first thought is, where's the defense? Like, okay,
Yeah.
I know you're probably thinking great players. I'm thinking, where the hell's the defense? Like, why are we letting people score that many points? That's where I first go.
No, I agree. I mean, if Cookies was in the NBA, you'd be getting all the cookies. There would be no 40-point games, first of all. But he's not. He's on crutches with a torn ACL. But
True
no,
that, Jace. You're one of the best defensive players, even at 5'10", even in your short stature, you were a great defender. That was my favorite part of watching you.
yeah. So I mean, here's my thing. I do think the defense has definitely gone down over the course of the past 10, 15 years. But to counter that, I mean, the offense, the skill level in the NBA has just gotten ridiculous. I mean, you have players like Victor Wembanyama, who is 7'5", has handles like Kyrie, can shoot like Curry, can dunk like it's I mean, when you have players developing like that in the league, it is kind of hard to play better defense, but it's the highest scoring games recorded ever. So
Let's talk about that guy, Wimby, right? I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you, I grew up watching Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Shaquille O'Neal and Wilt Chamberlain. Like those guys could never handle the ball like this guy, right?
right.
Same kind of height. I'm especially, can you imagine, as a coach, you teach point guards, you teach guards to keep the ball low when you're dribbling. Can you imagine being that tall and keeping your dribble low and have such great handles? But
Yeah.
watching him, he makes it look like he's 5'4", the way he keeps the ball low and dribbles and dishes. Like I'm 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 in awe of him. But I will tell you this. I saw an article saying that he could be the next GOAT. Let's back off just a little bit. I need to see more from him and he needs to start winning some championships, but he's good. It's fun to watch him.
So yeah, I mean, first of all, I think that he's kind of just because of how unique he is, he's overshadowing some players that are doing some amazing things, like Giannis, averaging like 30 plus, like 34 something points a game. Austin Reeves scoring like back to back 40 plus games, 50 ball. But he has absolutely had one of the best starts to his career ever. And speaking of that article that you found that he could be the next GOAT, I think some of these stats will shock a lot of people and will kind of maybe speculate why that he's in the GOAT conversation for the future. And let me just read you this. So while everybody is put in different positions, put on different teams, different roles on the team, it's not it's like crazy, but in Victor Wembanyama's first 120 games, he's scored more points than LeBron. He's collected more rebounds than Karl Malone. He's blocked more shots than Hakeem Olajuwon, like you're talking about, one of the
Hmm.
best defensive players in
Yep.
all of NBA.
Yep.
And he's made more threes than Steph Curry in his first 120 games, which you
That's
just
insane.
can't even fathom that because of how good those players I just listed. Like I said, everybody's put in a different position and role and whatnot. But just looking at those numbers, you think those, like, nobody has those combined together. He's not only like just him having more points than LeBron James is amazing itself. Just him having more threes than Curry in the first 120 games is amazing. But when you have all of these stats combined, he's literally like every single one of those builds put into one build. And it's just so amazing to watch. It's must see TV. And he not only has been doing that, but he the Spurs went 5-0 for the first time ever. And
Well, and that's
that's
what
shout out to him.
yeah, that's so that I got a couple things to say about that. First off, once again, I'm the coach, and who's going to defend this guy? Because it can't be my guards; they're too short. It can't be my centers because they're not too slow, right? He's going to just drive right by him. So this guy is going to be able to score some points because no one can defend him. Who's going to defend him? Except
Right.
for maybe, I don't know. It's got to be someone that's just going to beat him up, right? Like Charles Barkley kind of beat up. Like that's who's got to defend him and just beat the crap out of him. So he's going to score some points. But to my point about the GOAT and what have you, and I like that they're 5-0, but they got to win championships, right? Like
Of course.
Dak's a great quarterback, but he can't win championships, right? So he may have these great stats, but he can't win championships. So until he wins some championships, then maybe we can start talking about being a GOAT. But those are some pretty good stats. And Jace, you know how I feel about this because this is your asset is stats don't make a player, right? I mean, they do, but does he do stuff that's off on the court that doesn't show up in the stats, right? What does he do that doesn't even require stats? And what I've seen so far is he knows this game. He plays it well, he sees the court well. So I think I have high hopes for him. I'm enjoying watching him play. Um, but he's got to win some games. He's got to win some important games.
Yeah. First of all, of course, you would somehow find a way to bring in the shitty Cowboys into this conversation. Like, like we're talking about Victor Wembanyama and somehow Dak Prescott joins in the conversation. But no, I 100% agree with you. I was always the plus minus guy. The stats don't always equate for what the player is, and clearly the stats are proving Victor is one of the best players in the NBA right now. But to go with your point, yeah, we can't even, consider him even being close to the GOAT conversation yet, just because we haven't really seen him. Obviously, we've seen him these first 5 games, which has been amazing. In the past 2 years, he's been great. But yeah, I agree with the fact that to him to even just get in that category, he needs to not only win a couple of championships, but do it on a regular basis, continue to make the playoffs. And he's making a strong case right now. And he is a very smart player and he's competitive. He got hurt last season. He was in the race for defensive player of the year. He probably would have won it. Is in the he took his offseason very seriously, trained with the monk. He's doing everything like outside of the basketball realm, like, just shooting in the gym and stuff. He's taking everything outside of that super seriously. Like whether that's meditating, healing his body, like talking to other people. So he's doing everything right.
I know. I know who. I was just thinking about my defensive player that's going to take him out. It's Draymond. Draymond Green's going to take him out. I can't wait to see them play. Like that's the guy. That's my defensive guy.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
maybe
but
7 years ago and add 5 feet to Draymond.
hey,
But
listen, don't be bagging on old people. All
I
right?
I'm not.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
just
I can
saying
still kick your ass in a game of basketball. So let's be clear. You can be
okay.
old and still be good.
I have a torn
Another thing to
ACL
say.
and I'd still be.
Oh, no. No, no.
But no, my opinion, the closest guy that's going to compete with Victor on on the defensive end is Giannis. He's just as high, just as strong. The one default Wimby has, and it hasn't necessarily shown it a whole bunch just because of how lengthy he is with his blocks, but he's skinny. He, if there was a guy like Shaq in the league, in my opinion, he would be getting dunked on and posted up every time. But the thing is, his reach is so long that he gets posted up and back down by some of these players, but still is able to get there in just one stride, one step. And it's just super unique to watch. There truly is no just one specific defender that you can guard. Seven Castle was talking with him. He told him just throw it up to the moon for his lobs and stuff. And they practice lob plays every day. They there's just not really a way you can defend a 7'5" person with a wingspan that reaches from across the court.
Right?
But there can definitely be game plans to get him away from the basket, in my opinion, and use his skinniness, his slimness to the other people's advantage.
Okay. So I'm going to put you on the line here right now. Um, we do this every year. Speaking of Wemby and the Spurs, like they're 5-0, but I like to make predictions early on to see how it goes. Who's gonna win the finals? And I like to say it right off early on. And I think I've told you who my team is. I think it's the Thunder. I think Oklahoma's gonna win it again. They're solid. Do you think the Spurs can compete with that? What do you think? Who's gonna be your team,
No,
guys?
the Spurs aren't deep enough. Victor's not a single dominant hand player to do that, in my opinion. He needs some more pieces. But I truly think if the Rockets can acquire a true point guard, then they can really make that leap to win the NBA Finals. I think Kevin Durant's still hunting for his next one. Sengun is playing out of his mind. And here's the thing why I say the Rockets is because they are one of the better defensive teams, or at least they have some of the better defensive players in the league. And they started off the year with the tallest lineup in NBA history, first of all. But second of all, they showed that they don't have a true point guard, a true facilitator. They need a guy, even as old as he is, like Chris Paul or Drew Holiday. I almost said Terry Rozier. Um, like just
Yeah.
any of
Whoops,
those.
not him.
Yeah, not anymore. But any of those guys that can just be a true facilitator, I think the Rockets need to acquire that at the trade deadline. But if they don't, I don't think they can win the NBA Finals. And honestly, um, I really think that with how they're playing right now, that the Lakers have a real shot at winning just because of how good of a coach JJ Redick is and
Yeah.
how
No,
good
thank you.
you have two guys that can score 100 points. You have two guys that can score 100 points without LeBron James. And there you can already see the lob game with DeAndre Ayton formulating with Luca. JJ Redick's a great coach and he'll make those adjustments. I don't think they're deep enough right now. It's hard to say. It's only 1 week into the season, but those are my top favorites.
Okay.
Everybody from the West. I don't think the East even has a shot at.
Well, if we're gonna say a couple teams, you know who my heart is, right? You know where my heart lies, and they're actually playing really good right now, and that's my Warriors. Like I love my Steph Curry and I love my Draymond Green, so they're gonna be in it. I don't think they can win the whole thing, but speaking of old guys, Steph Curry and Draymond, you know me, I like the old people.
No,
So
yeah,
those are my two picks. But hey, let's wrap it up. It's great talking to you tonight. And I will tell you this, I love chatting with you.
yeah. First
One passion.
CTC Cookies and the Coach episode. Um, like, subscribe or not. We don't care. We're just here to rant.
We're
We
just here
do
to have fun
we do a little
because
care, get us some views, whatever.
our
But
family hates listening to us. So why don't we just get on a podcast and let everybody else listen to us, right?
yeah, no, I know for a fact my friends are annoyed with me for just all reasons, whatever. I'm in 11 fantasy leagues with basketball and football combined. So, you know, I'm here to talk about any debates. You guys comment what you want to hear, comment what you want us to talk about. Comment if you want to join and debate us on a topic
Right.
that we
Yep.
either just said or want to, whatever you think is a hot topic. because you're already wrong. I already won the conversation. So you can go
Just so
ahead
you
and
know,
debate us.
I've been in debates with this kid since he was born, and I never win. So,
No, but yeah. So hope you enjoyed our first little session of CTC, Cookies and the Coach. We hope to have more videos up. Happy Halloween, everybody.
happy
Go
Halloween.
Ducks, go Steelers. But
Let's go, Cowboys.
yeah, all right. Peace out.
Peace.